coming back and this being your former home, but at the same time, you have a lot of former Thorns with you at Orlando this season. What's that been like for the team?
I feel like a lot of the players on the Pride have played together so before in the NWSL, so that chemistry was already a little bit built going in, but at the same time, the team as a whole, these 20 players have had 1 month together, like 35 days, if that. So, like I said before, it's going to be a lot of building, a lot of getting to know each other's tendencies, and we do have some newer faces, some rookies that are coming in and trying to make a name for themselves. And so I think we have a really, really good squad, and it's nice to have some familiar faces like Kaylin, like Steph.
The way that you guys gave up the last goal tonight, very late, you played very well throughout the match. Can you talk about what you sensed with the team's reaction? And you've talked during the last couple of weeks about being the captain of this team now. How does it change how you approach results like this when you have to kind of contribute to the managing of the mood within the team?
I mean, I think we just take it one game at a time. I told the team that I was proud of them because, I feel like we really stepped up and fought really hard. I think we were unlucky in the end. But I told them that to keep their head up because we have a great game next week at home, and hopefully we're going to break the NWSL attendance record, and we'll have a ton of fans, just like Portland had tonight. So the result doesn't really show in what we talked about. I think that for the most part we were happy with the play with our play on the field. The result just didn't show that.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, guys.
It was that we won. I think those things mean a lot. When we reflect tomorrow, we come in and recover. We talk about how, we go a goal down and nothing changed in the mindset, the mentality, in regards to standing off, slowing down. It just sped up, and we'll talk about. I think that's going to be a strength of ours. It's how we train. It's how we prepare. We learn from things that happen and we keep moving forward. I think we showed that tonight. I think we went through more lessons tonight than we did in the whole of pre-season, and it's a shame you can't recreate some of that and get it in pre-season. It's cool that you can get it in the first night and grind out a win. I think 3 points is very important for our hard work that we put in pre-season, for our time off the pitch that we put in pre-season. To be rewarded like this, I think is very important and special.
You said it would take kind of months to really look like the team you want to look like. So what does tonight do for kind of that plan and kind of how you're thinking about when the team is going to really be on the same page?
Yeah, we played like tonight. The neutral is always going to be happy with an exciting end-to-end game. We won't be happy. You saw periods and you saw ideas and you saw bits of momentum, and then you saw a lot of chaos and you saw us be a bit naive in situations. And I think the key swing in the game in the second half, we kept trying to play out from the back, we kept trying to play short, they kept stealing it, getting opportunity after opportunity. Finally, we got the message, just kick the ball, win the first and seconds, gain some territory, then let's play the soccer we want to play. And just took us 60, 70 minutes to kind of learn that changed. We were back in the game, we got momentum, we got a couple of opportunities. So I think, what does it look like in a few months? We're going to be a team that people won't want to play because of our work ethic and the miles that we cover on the pitch. They won't want to play us because we don't want to give them time on the ball, and we want to get after it. And also we'll move the ball. Tonight we didn't ever break Orlando down, and they did a very good job in pressing us from high areas. Also did a great job when they're in their block and cutting off passes that we like. We never really broke lines when we built. So we have to solve that, because that's the team that we're going to be. We also have to solve it by knowing there's times that we can't play, and we try and play higher up the pitch. So just better understanding of managing games and momentum, I think, is something that will clean up, and you'll see the style come out a bit truer than it did tonight. It was a crazy game, and to see the work ethic and then 3 points after a crazy hectic game is cool.
Coach,
honestly, I kind of checked my shoulder right before Tobin took a touch and played me, and I felt that I was more open, so I brought it down, and I thought it would give me a better chance to place it and not be so panic and hit it one time, and thankfully I was wide open, brought it down and found the left side, so I'm really happy.
Lindsey, can you talk to us about what your role was? Mark just alluded to the fact that he has two really good holders, but it kind of looked like you were shuttling between being a number 6 in one phase of the game and trying to get up and contribute more as an 8 in the other phase.
I mean, with me and Allie, I think we both can, contribute into the attack, and one can be holding, one can go, and we like to, be fluid in that and not just have one sitting at all times. So I think, it helps getting someone into the box, and I love making those runs, and even Allie can be playing me those balls. So I try to get into the attack as much as possible, but make sure we always have one holding back, and I know that's what Mark wants as well, because we're taking a little more risk bringing someone in there, but risk for a goal, and I think it happened a few times that we got in behind them, so it works for us.
Is there one of you that is supposed to default to the 6 role and another person that's supposed to default to making up the space?
No, I don't think necessarily. If Allie's closer to the goal and she has a better chance of scoring, let her go and I'll sit, and I think she does the same with me, and I think that's really cool that me and Allie have that camaraderie, and we're comfortable, and if one goes and one holds, I think we understand each other really well. It's awesome. I think it was a hard battle today, and we came out maybe a little shaky because we weren't really used to that kind of pressure, and kind of being back to the field a lot of the time, and getting the win in the end and pushing through that. I think that is really cool for us, and moving forward we can build off of that, and each game get better and better. So I think we could be so much better with this team and how we play, and now looking forward, I think that's awesome. We can come off of this game and see what we need to do differently, and that's really cool for us.
You and Tobin have both played in Paris, played in front of European crowds. What was it like tonight for you in front of the real Riveters and the Timbers fans? I
mean, we never got that at PSG. I think maybe for some of our big Champions League games we get that kind of fans, and it was awesome. I was so impressed, and it kind of brought us up, the fans cheering, like keeping us going. It keeps us up and strong in the game, and I love that. I love having that, and it's like another player in the field, and I love it. I'm so impressed.
Over the years, a lot of players have come in, and particularly in their first games, got kind of caught up in the moment because of the crowds. Did you ever feel yourself kind of losing yourself or getting too caught up in the circumstances of your first game in this kind of world famous atmosphere?
I mean, it's different for me, coming off of France, where a lot of the games are so slow, and a lot of the lower level teams that we play against, it's us with the ball so much of the time, and it's slow, and we have to keep the ball moving, whereas here, you're flying all the time, you have so much pressure, and the fans are into it, and it's just an intense environment. So I think that was a little new for me and a little bit of a shock, but I knew it was going to be different coming into it. But I'm really glad I got that first game out of it and saw what it's like, and especially with this fan base, it's good to see it come off with a win and move forward.
Questions for Tobin. So Tobin, how does it feel to get your first start the season off with a win?
Oh, it feels great. It's not really the way I saw it going when I dreamt about it, but 3 points is obviously fantastic. I felt like our response to that first goal was great, and I think it kind of sets us off on a good page, because it wasn't easy at times, and obviously I don't think our quality was what it can be. So I think it's really positive looking forward, because we have so much more in us, and to be able to get 3 points is huge.
Tobin, Mark said at halftime that he mentioned you with certain words in a positive way. We have F and Tobin Heath. He said we have F and Tobin Heath, indicating that your role on the team is very important and crucial. And it seems like over the years, over the seasons, you've just become more and more part of the team. What do you feel like your place is now in the squad?
I feel great here. I think it's really cool being here for a whole season, getting a preseason. I really like the group. I like Mark. I think we have a great idea of how we want to play, and I think we're growing in that. And there's still a long way for us to go. And in that, I like taking on more responsibility. The players around us are on the field. We've got really fantastic players, you know, so now we just have to figure it out, and I'm just trying to play my part in that and help the team win some games.
What did Mark tell you you'd be wearing the armband, and how does it feel to take on the responsibility of the captain?
Well, the armband belongs to Sink. She's our captain. Obviously, she's struggling with an injury right now, but hopefully she'll be back soon. And it was actually kind of interesting when Mark told me, because I didn't really ever think about it, really. There's so many great leaders on our team, and I think that's what's so special about it. I guess he thought that I brought a lot of experience and kind of a calming force on the field, which is great. It was kind of a shocker. I was like, "Are you sure?" Like, I think there's a bunch of other people that should get it, but I took it, and I'm gonna do the best I can with it, I guess.
Is it weird for you to think of yourself in those terms? Because you've always been one of the younger people on the team, and even questions in this environment always ask you questions as if you're somebody that isn't one of the veterans of the group. So is it weird even being asked questions as if you're a veteran of a group?
Yeah, now I think it's changed. I guess everybody experiences that as they get older. They kind of have to grow up and become an adult, and I feel like I'm kind of going through that maturity process with my game as well. I think I've always been younger, and now I'm old. So I feel like it's about time I step up and take that responsibility, and it's something I'm really enjoying. I really like it, and hopefully it kind of enlarges the group, you know. I get to encourage them, and also I hope it brings more on my game as well, because like you said, taking on more responsibility, you have to step up, and you have to kind of play with that as well. So in that way, I'm just trying to take it on and do the best I can.
Time for one more.
The team kind of has this crazy stretch of road games now. What's the biggest thing you guys can take from tonight going into this road stretch?
Yeah, this road stretch is tough. Playing in Portland is tough. That's a whole lot of miles. I think recovery is, we just have to be complete professionals off the field and get our legs back, because we want to be in a great position in the beginning of the season, and obviously our schedule is tough, but I think as much as we can recover and get our legs back so that we can go again and again and again and again. I think it's 4 games on the road. So I think that we've got a great group, a professional group. I think we're still kind of getting to our full fitness as well. So in that way, I think it's going to be a tough stretch, but a stretch that's going to really show what we're made of in the beginning, early here.
Thanks, Tobin.
Thank you guys.